have needs, and sometimes they're really needy. How do you handle that?
I should have been a therapist. That's all I can tell you. I have provided my clients with my cell phone number because I don't think my job is only numbers or writing an agreement. There are certain needs of each person. You need to learn about psychology of the person. And honestly, I think I do more therapy than actual legal work during the day.
I once did a family law trial in Torrance in the South Bay, and I represented the wife, and the husband has an attorney who I know. We're not personal friends, but we know each other. And he had a job, and the wife had a job, but the husband had a very, excuse me, successful side hustle. And his side hustle was this: he started a wedding photography and video business. And he did that on Saturdays and Sundays, sometimes doing 2 weddings a day, um, for years. He had done it for years. Well, we, we had a trial, and at the trial, my expert testified that he thought the business was worth 500,000. And their expert testified that the business was only worth 5,000. So, a great disparity. So during the closing argument, I was thinking, how's the judge going to ever decide this? Right?
Right.
So during the closing argument, I say in my closing argument, if the husband and his attorney really believe that the business is only worth $5,000, we'll give him $10,000 right now for the entire business.
Yes.
And the other attorney, I mean, you should have seen the look on his face. And after I finished, he was going to go forward, and the judge told him, "Hey, I'm gonna do you a big favor. You go outside and settle this issue with Mr. Davis."
Yeah, there you go. I do that too. I do that a lot. It's a poker. You got to
Right.
call the other side's bluff sometimes.
I'm going to give him twice what it's offered, what his guy said it was worth.
Which
Right.
brings us to this point. As a client, I always tell the client about, I mean, normally there is something that client wants to keep. It hasn't failed. There's always something that both party want. I always tell the client, give it a number that you're willing to sell it, but buy it too. And I always tell them, put the garage sale value on it because it's not new.
That's actually good. That's actually good advice.
Put a garage sale value on it.
In family law, people are usually emotionally and psychologically, I mean, they're down. I mean, sometimes they're hitting the worst, the bottom of the bottom. Do you find that as a lawyer stressful? Are you able to help these people? Do you have the patience to help them? Like, how do you feel about that? Because, I'm sure you've had, and I've had, and since we've been working together, we've had cases where, clients have needs, and sometimes they're really needy. How do you handle that?
I should have been a therapist. That's all I can tell you. I have provided my clients with my cell phone number because I don't think my job is only numbers or writing an agreement. There
Mhm.
are certain needs of each person. You need to learn about psychology of the person. And honestly, I think I do more therapy than actual legal work during the day. Yes, I do what I have to do. But if my client doesn't trust me that I understand every bits and pieces that goes through his or her heart and mind, my client will never trust that I feel my client, that I understand it, and I will fight for the right thing. I do give them as much time as they want, as they need. I do listen to them. Um, I'm available for them over the weekend. I'm available for them after hours. That's the reason they have my cell phone. And uh, yes, I do give them and I do guide them because people who are angry, they're not logical. People who are hurt, they're not logical. One of the reasons they want lawyer is not just for them to be told, oh, if you have more custody, you pay less. They want to be told, maybe if you take this route is more viable. Show them a different route, show them more options. Because when you sit outside of a situation, you can think better, and they do want to hear that you are thinking about them, you understand them. Yes, I do give them time, and I am pretty patient listening to them.